Friends, comrades, encapsulators. Tonight, I'm going to tell you of a glorious story of the chaos that blooms in the black heart of wormhole space. Now, picture this. One of our intrepid scouts, a lone wolf venturing into the unknown, found himself, well, a little compromised, we'll say. He was in a system where he was scouting around, and sure enough, the rollers came out, and they rolled him into the hole without them knowing that he was there. This was a little strange for him, to say the least. The reason being is that most people, when they roll the holes, they make sure that the system is clear. However, this time our defenders left one of their holes, a C2 connection, that was open. And that's where we decided to infiltrate into the system. We joined the battle midway. In this, we can see what we were truly going up against with our smaller fleet at the time before our reinforcements arrived. So we decided to take this fight, and we were fighting in a system where their smart bomb damage was extremely powerful and would completely destroy the smaller ships that we brought to the fight. However, we found out that our cruisers were also going to take an incredible amount of damage throughout this engagement. The defenders did a good job of moving their roracles into play and trying to get their roracles right on top of our fleet. However, with the Ashimu, you can see that we were able to web and point them, one, to make sure that they don't run away, but number two, to try and slow them down from getting on top of the fleet.
Burn away. Neytiri. Guys, Ickies, get on Neytiri. Neytiri, get out of here. Just stay on the Zernitra.
Maybe the Ickies could tackle the roracles that are spread.
Yeah, maybe. I think their point range is out of the fucking, you know what I mean?
We need to get back to the wreck. We're not gonna have to camp boosters.
Okay, can you broadcast that wreck? Where is it? Oh, kill that MTU. Kill that MTU. Ickies, switch that MTU right now. It's gonna pull our cat boosters. Ickies, switch to that MTU right now. Switch to that MTU right now. Ickies. Oh, it's the first wreck. Fuck you guys.
At this point in time, our cargo ship that was hauling all of our cat boosters had been killed, and the wreck was pulled into the mobile tractor unit, where we weren't able to access the cat boosters that we needed for our nesters.
Yeah, try to scram on the roracles as best you can, guys, to keep them from moving towards us.
That Zern is dying.
What are we going
Next
for
fleet
next?
is we're actually gonna go for go for Kaiser next. Go for Kaiser next.
Now that we've taken down the Zenitra, we decided to go on to the Roracles. And now that we have the Ashimu webs, the long range webs that we can hold down the Roracles and keep them away from our fleet, and we have our Hictors on field to make sure that we keep points and keep them around so that way we can kill them. One of the major things that worked in our favor was that they were using smart bombs. And as you know, they use a lot of capacitor, and we were able to newt them down with a Balgorn and the Ashimu to try and keep them as cap dry as we possibly could.
Perfect. Go ahead and start working on the next one.
I have 2 camp boosters left on the nester. Careful.
We're moving towards the wreck.
Am I the only Cenotaph on grid?
Yes.
Can you make sure Aox doesn't die then?
We'll try.
Locking you up.
Secondary's gonna be scatter, guys. Secondary's gonna be scatter.
Who needs Hector point?
Everything. Make sure we hold that. Make sure we hold that nag down. We're pretty far away from it.
Grab the nag.
I'm holding the nag.
Yeah.
I'm holding the nag.
I'll get the nag.
X up with the targets you've got, guys. Make sure we keep everything here home.
I've got everything but the nag right now.
Okay, heard.
I got the nag scrammed twice.
Okay, we're on this mobile structure wreck. Nestors, get here, and get this looted as best you can. Okay, get some cap charges back. I'm gonna move us back kind of towards the Rorks.
Nag pointed.
Secondary's gonna be scatter, guys. Secondary's gonna be scatter. Is anybody having them to you? Question mark. All right, primary scatter, guys. Primary scatter.
Ikis, make sure that you spread your reps a little bit.
Sorry.
I'm gonna be out of cap charges in the curse.
Okay.
Get on the
Guys,
wreck then for the rock wall.
Broadcast that, please.
Broadcast a target, don't kill it.
We're gonna put damps on the Nagel.
Reps on Sinister, please.
Everybody's doing their
Boss,
best.
can you add more power to the bookmarks?
I add.
Sinister,
Yes.
Broadcast. Sinister.
Reps on AWACS. Reps on AWACS.
Are we too close? guys?
You got alpha.
Oh,
Structure.
by the nag.
At this point in the fight, we lost our cenotaph. Unfortunately for us, that was our major damage dealer in this engagement. But we still had our Lashaks, we still had our Icky-Turses, so we were able to continue to keep going in this fight. We just knew everything was going to take a little bit longer to kill.
Cal added.
As well.
Thank you.
Good bubble.
Rips on Sinister. I don't know. I don't see you.
No, that's too. I've been broadcasting that entire time.
I've had reps on you. I don't know. For some reason, I don't see the broadcast though. But I did have reps on you.
Going after the nag fleet next, guys. All right, nag fleet is primary. Fleet is.
I think the only thing doing damage to his Haas is this last Rourke.
No, people are getting alpha. People are getting alpha. It's not the Rourke. It's the nag.
Oh yeah, reps on Jim.
Get away from the Rourke, guys. Get away from the Rourke. Burn away from the Rourke, guys.
Nah.
Ikis, watch your targets you're shooting, friends.
As it was said in comms, when running with Icky-Turses that have remote reps, there is always the hazard that you're going to shoot your friends. And that does sometimes happen.
I got the nag. If it's fine.
Does somebody have Ultra?
I can go and
Yeah,
buff
hick on
go
Ultra.
Okay, I'm dropping. Go ahead and rep me.
Nestors, I'm burning down. Can you kind of burn down from that Rourke and then under and get to us? Egon and Egon F2.
Yeah, I'm out of cap, so
Yeah. Okay, I get you. Can you get to this? Let me get back over to that wreck.
Like you're too far off from us.
Yeah, we need to get a little bit closer to Zach, or Zach needs to get closer to us. Should we secure the rock wall kill first?
I'm getting ripped up. We're good.
Then we can bubble.
Cal, are you still on your way?
Yes.
How far out?
7.
Okay, we're down to Nag Fleet and Rourke, but we've lost a decent amount of DPS. The Nag's tanking us pretty well. Guys, switch to the Rourke. Switch to the Rourke. Everybody switch to the Rourke. Everybody switch to the Rourke. Switch to the Rourke now. All newts on the Rourke, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna warp off grid and come back with the nesters.
Yep.
Because
Hurt.
I've got
It's a lot easier to kill than the fucking nag.
Are we getting these pods just so that?
They actually, I'd be happy for them to come back. Shit, to be perfect. Yes.
They're smart bombing themselves, right?
They might be. Everything on the rook, guys. Get us a little bit closer, but not within smart bomb range, hopefully.
Lost point.
Can we confirm point on the rook? Thank you.
Eve is not just a game of who can deal out the most damage, but it's also a game of positioning in a three-dimensional space. What you can see here is I lost point on the last Roracle. Now, we were lucky enough that it wasn't able to warp off in time, but we did have to get back to the right position to make sure that we got point put back on the Roracle between all of our ships.
Sinister is about 5 out with a Victor.
Guys, confirm no one's taking
DST now.
Is anybody taking damage? If you are, broadcast, please.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Knowing that I was primaried by the Naglfar did kind of scare me a little bit, knowing that it has been alphaing everything else off field that wasn't a battleship. The one thing that did save me, however, was all of the Icky Tursas and everything else that was putting the E-War on the Naglfar to make sure that it couldn't track very well and that its distance was reduced.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and blap the shuttle, guys. And blap that pod if you can.
He's in a bubble.
Yep, blap the pod, guys. Blap the shuttle, blap the pod.
Now, the defenders were trying to do something a little tricky, which is to get your pod out, because we all know that pods can be very expensive. However, in this case, most of the time they were bubbled and they were not able to get their pods out and save both pod and ship.
EOS fleet's on its way as well.
Okay. Yeah, Cow, it's literally like entrance system and then Opal. Alright guys, get on the nag. You guys might get here too late, but we'll see how well this nag tanks.
there is a the drifter is on the return, or sorry,
okay. Like the op.
The inside of the hole. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get us into close range ammo here, guys. Actually, Cow, do you guys, I know this is gonna sound crazy. Stop DPS, everybody.
Way too gems.
Everybody, stop. Yep, stop DPS. Stop DPS. Stop DPS. Stop DPS. Waterboard him and hold. Stop DPS. Drones in. Drones in. Drones in. Stop DPS. Waterboard and hold.
Now, at this point in time, we find out that they tried to get their pod out, and we were left with a Naglfar fleet on grid with no pilot. And this is where it got a little interesting for us on what to do next. We debated whether or not we should jump into the Naglfar. We debated on shooting it, and in the end, we decided to destroy the Naglfar fleet and call it a night.